Next thing I want to say is that iguana video, okay? I hope you watch that iguana video. I've seen that video probably 100 times, and that video freaks me out every single time I see it. Why? Because I'm not a big fan of snakes, okay? And literally, snakes are dropping from the rocks in that video, okay? And they have this intuition, this like, oh, baby iguana, the iguanas are hatching, and that's a fresh meal. Could you imagine being a baby like that, just your first experience with nature, and oh yeah, you gotta like a death run here where everything's trying to eat you. And instinctively, he's trying to get to the top of that rock, which is kind of cool too. This is just one example of things that happen here. And this is just another example of organisms have more than what will survive. Absolutely. Sea turtles, some sea turtles lay about 100 eggs in the sand. They bury them. Okay, so when it's time for them to hatch, the baby sea turtle has to instinctively hatch out of the egg and then dig its way out of the sand. Could you imagine that? Baby sea turtle, they have these little fins and stuff like that, and they gotta wiggle and wiggle and fin their way out of the sand. It's kind of crazy. And then once they get to the top of the sand, that's not it. Okay, so if a mama sea turtle lays 100 eggs, we'll say 90 of those guys hatch, okay? Maybe when they drop down in the hole, a couple of them cracked, or maybe they just didn't develop right, they were too cold and stuff like that. So let's say 90 of them hatched. Well, those 90 baby sea turtles make it to the top, and now they hear the ocean, and instinctively they want to run towards the ocean because that's where they know they got to go. Well, unfortunately, the secret's out. Every year at this time, okay, or that time, baby sea turtles are hatching. And so birds and crabs and things, they all know that it's gonna be basically a free meal if they hang out on the beach there. And so these baby sea turtles have to run the gamut to the beach. So of those 90, okay, we're lucky if 50 or 40 actually make it to the ocean, okay? Because on the beach there, it's not a pretty scene for the baby sea turtles. And then what ends up happening? Okay, they get into the ocean, and the birds and the crabs aren't the only ones that know that this is going to happen, but the predatory fish like sharks and stuff like that are all out there in the ocean, and they're waiting just off the shoreline, and they're waiting for their easy meal and stuff. Baby sea turtles aren't safe until they find something that, like algae or something like that, that they can actually cling to for a while they grow and stuff like that. And even then they get accidents. Obviously they're eaten by bigger sharks and stuff like that as they age, so it's kind of crazy when that happens. So if we're lucky, okay, three of those 100 sea turtles that the mama laid make it to adulthood. That's crazy. Okay, 3, that's it. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, I'm gonna stop this one and we're gonna go on to the next video.